a huge settlement it's not really a settlement. It's a jury award to the families at Sandy Hook. The Sandy Hook families have been awarded $965 million that I'm pretty sure Alex Jones doesn't have. I mean, I know he makes a lot of money, but he's not a billionaire. Come on. What kind of ridiculousness is that? Now, I think it was really ridiculous and harmful of him to say that it was a hoax. And then that circle thing, they're running around in circles. What are you talking about? What do you mean they're running around? I didn't see anybody running around in circles around the building. Remember that claim that he made that for why they were actors or whatever? I don't know. But if we're going to blame him for everything that happened to the families afterward, then I think we need to open up some lawsuits against Democrats like, I don't know, Joe Biden. How about Joe freaking Biden, who's talking about the MAGA Republicans all the time and how we're extremists and how they're destroying the country. And then people are getting attacked.
And killed.
Yeah.
I mean, the North Dakota, the attack on the kid.
Oh, right.
I mean, that was politically motivated. Well, right. Who put out the clarion call?
Joe Biden did.
Joe Biden, Maxine Waters. It can go on with the Democrats that are instigating this violence.
Yeah.
For politics.
Yep.
Okay, but yeah, and I feel so badly for these families.
So do I.
Absolutely.
Of course.
But you cannot hold Alex Jones responsible for the actions of people that you say sent you threats. Right. Or
Alex Jones didn't tell them to do anything to the families.
Right.
Come on.
But that was part of the case. Someone urinated on the grave of a 7-year-old, which is
And did Alex Jones say to do that? Of course not. No, he did not.
But that was presented as evidence.
Wow.
Yeah, and what was this? Jack Posobiec, he said that the Russiagate thing was proven to be a hoax, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no question that was a lie. And yet the guy who shot Steve Scalise was a believer in that. All right, well, then let's put the FBI on trial.
Right.
For spreading that information.
Right. Jeez. During closing arguments in the defamation case, lawyers for the plaintiffs said Jones had used lies about the shooting to drive traffic to InfoWars and boost sales of various products it offered. Jones described the case as a kangaroo court, mocked the judge, called the plaintiff's lawyer an ambulance chaser, and said the case was an affront to free speech. That's certainly true. But lawyer Chris Mattei said the families had endured a decade-long campaign of harassment and death threats by Jones' followers. Every single one of these families was drowning in grief, and Alex Jones put his foot right on top of them. Well, that's interesting rhetoric. But what do you mean he put his foot right on top of him? No, he didn't. That'd have to be a really big foot. A really big foot to put it on all of the families.
Okay.
The daughter of Sandy Hook principal Dawn Hochsprung, who was among the victims, testified that people had sent rape threats to her house. Bereaved father Mark Barden said conspiracy theorists urinated on the grave of his 7-year-old.
Then you take those people to court.
So
that's
horrific.
What you do.
Yes.
Those are their actions.
That's right.
Those weren't the actions of Alex Jones.
That's right.
And I'm telling you, this is so dangerous.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Honestly, if this is the standard now, my gosh, why isn't CNN on trial right now for all of the stuff that has happened because of what they've propagated out in the press?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I thought it was very funny when, handbasket to hell, there's a Pat Head who said, hey, wait a minute, didn't Alex Jones say you guys worked at a CIA substation?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so you might...
yeah, he did.
That's defamation right there, to say I work for the government. So,
well, he told his audience that Glenn was the Obama administration.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I mean, the guy is nuts. Okay, and he's all back and forth. I think now he's a fan of Glenn, or at least he's not. I don't think he's bashing him all the time, as he was in this particular case. He got this in his head because Buck was a former CIA agent, and yeah, he worked for the Blaze for a while. Yes, but that he wasn't working with the CIA when he worked for us.
Well, that's what you haven't.
That's what I said.
Thank you.
Of course, I work at the CIA substation.
Plausible deniability.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we obviously have our issues with Alex Jones, but this is asinine. It's madness. You can't have him pay $20 million to this family, $120 million to another family, and on with 15 families and a total of almost $1 billion that he doesn't have. I mean, he's got a lot of money, but he doesn't have that kind of money.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
What did he say? There was another judgment where he had to pay $2 million or something, and he said he didn't have the money. Yes, the highest estimate that I've seen of his wealth, I think it was $270 million.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Okay, but it's
that's
not
a billion. That's not $1 billion. You're gonna have to sell a lot more supplements. Okay, a lot more vitamins. I mean, he also said yesterday he wasn't in the courtroom. He was on the air. I think he was in Austin. He said they want to scare everybody away from freedom and scare us away from questioning Uvalde and what really happened there, or Parkland, or any other event. Okay, what really happened at Uvalde now? So every single shooting is a false flag.
I mean, that's his right to have that opinion.
He can have that opinion. It's asinine too, but you can have that opinion. What happened at Uvalde? I'm sure somebody will let us know.
I mean, we've talked about, was it on overtime? When did we talk about that weird plane that showed up right before the shooting and then left right after? That government plane? I mean, I'd like that question answered. I'm not alleging anything beyond that. I just want to have that.
I've never alleged the government had anything to do with it, nor would I.
But that,
well, unless we have some proof of it,
is the essence of America. I thought we had free speech.
Right, yeah, me too.
You have a right. We've said this. You have a right to fill in the blank. You don't go to court and lose $1 billion over an opinion.
No, like you said, the people who should be charged, the people who should be on trial here, are the people who did the things to these Sandy Hook families, not Alex Jones.